Hi everyone, Leanne here. I'm the Left Field Farm Girl. I thought I would grab my camera and bring you down to the garden this morning and talk a little bit about setting up our growing season. This right now is the very end of May, and getting going is a kind of a three-step process for us, 3 trips. So in my last video I talked about how we live in the suburbs part of the year, and we live here throughout the summer. We came up about 3 weeks ago and did a lot of work repairing fences. These are all electric fences because we have a lot of deer and they do a lot of damage browsing. There's an orchard right down there. And we were getting chickens this year, so we needed to have the fence fixed all around them. But we had a really heavy snowfall this year, and all of the electric fences were pretty much taken out. So first trip up was to get that all organized, and as well get some of the garden cleaned up. Sorry about the sun there. And to get potatoes planted and onions planted. And coming back about 2 days ago, now at the end of May, everything is up and looking good. Some of the potatoes have just got hilled, so that's why they look so tiny. There's actually fairly good sized plants underneath there. And the onions are doing really well. And over here I have 7 rows of garlics that I planted in the fall. And they're all doing really nicely as well. But I'm going to take you up and show you what mostly we've been doing this trip. Okay, so in addition to getting a big load of topsoil delivered, we brought with us a bunch of cucumbers and a bunch of tomatoes that we figured were big enough to be left in the garden and to fend for themselves until the end of June when we come up for the summer. So in the last few days, we have turned over a few of these beds. We've dumped a lot of topsoil on them, and we have been planting cucumbers. Now I've left spaces. They're actually going to be much closer planted than that because next trip we'll be bringing more cucumbers. They're just a little smaller right now, so we'll be planting cucumbers in between these guys. And then we've got some tomato plants because we have a lot of tomato plants going in this year, at least 50% more than we did last year. So, and there's some more cucumbers. And let me take you over here and show you my shadow. There's another little bed up here of tomatoes. And then, so I think we'll go back and I'll show you a couple days ago when we were packing up how we got everything up here and the trip that is involved. All right. Okay, so this is what's going to get packed up and make the trip. So we've got some bigger cucumbers. We got some flowers. I'd like to say that those are strictly for pollinating and for encouraging bees and keeping the vegetables productive, but in all honesty,
you'd be a liar.
They're just pretty. Pretty with a job. So there's a bunch of tomatoes that are going to make it up this time, and we're just going to cross our fingers and see how they do. Some of these are actually going to go to my mom. And some dahlias because I'm just anxious to get them in the ground and see if I can get flowers a little earlier this year. So here's what happens. And there's another tray of zucchinis and butternut squash and pumpkins. So the plant transport. Gonna start filling her up. Oops, the sun's not very good there. The lights. You're gonna make it? One more tray to go. And this here is 12 bags of brown gold. 12 bags of steer manure. It's going to help all of that grow healthy, grow abundantly. Well, that's the theory anyway. Oh yeah, last tray. Geraniums. All right. There may not be room for food. There may not be room for clothes. But we'll get all the plants in.
There's food in here.
There will be food. Eventually. All packed? We got everyone? We got everything? Are we ready to go? Let's plant some veggies. Yeah. So there you go. That's what getting here looked like this time. The weather's been beautiful. It's been so fun to plant and get things into the ground and just start to see the sort of structure that this year is going to take. Having some topsoil has been a huge treat, and we're really excited to see how things grow with some nicer quality dirt. The task for today is to uncover this area and work on putting in what's called hugels or hugelkulturs. So it really means digging trenches, putting in a lot of very wet, rotted birch, a bit of straw, a bit of paper, cardboard if we have it, covering it back up with the upturned sod, and then we're going to top it off with some topsoil. And this is where all the squashes are going to go. And then these beds over here won't get planted until the next time we come, and that's in another 3 weeks or so, at the end of June. And then that's where the tomatoes and peppers and some of the herbs will go. Actually, over here we're going to be putting some corn in as well, and beans, I believe. So there you have it. This is trip number 2 of a 3-trip process of getting all of our little starts and seedlings all the way from the city to the country and into what we like to call the farm. We'll talk a little bit in another video about, calling it a farm and whether it is or not. This year we will be getting chickens again up in that area there. I don't know if you can see that. Chicken run, but we'll talk about that in another video. And if there's anything else you're kind of curious about, put a comment in the comment box below and I'll see if I can answer it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the beginning of our 2020 growing season. And if you like the videos, hit subscribe and maybe the like button. That would be good too. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.